Zeenat Shaukat Ali, in your appreciation, is this the right time to seek diverse opinion and then come around for the Uniform Civil Code? After all, this is an issue that the nation has been grappling with since the Constituent Assembly till 2023.
I think, it's time for us now not to evade this issue and not to, shut it out, but to open the case out and to study what the Uniform Civil Code is all about. And I think these great apprehensions that I have been hearing, from various panelists on different, on different media shows, it goes on to show that, what actually is the Uniform Civil Code and what was the dream of the founding fathers of the Constitution of India. So, and what is it based on? So to my mind, I think, yes, the time is right. And I think that the Uniform Civil Code reaffirms a commitment to a cardinal principle of equal rights in the legal sphere for all communities alike. This is cutting across Hindus, Muslims, Parsis, Sikhs, all communities of India. And justice is the cornerstone of the courts.
Yes.
I think the main balance, to me, and the importance of the Uniform Civil Code is justice, which has not been somehow or the other given. It is a cornerstone of the courts. It is not simply a minority protection, but one of treating each human being with equality and dignity, safeguarding the foundation principle of justice. And
well said, ma'am. Well said. Let me then take this to Saira Shah Halim. Saira Shah Halim, in a truly secular democracy, should religion-based personal laws take precedence when it comes to issues of, let's say, inheritance or marriage or divorce? Shouldn't the law be applied equally to all Indian citizens, irrespective of their religion?
See, firstly, Gaurav, whenever any law is framed, the whole intention is to provide for a speedy and equitable justice to all communities, to all religions, without any communal or religious bias. The irony is that the Muslims don't have an issue with it. And again, it is ironical.
So you're saying Muslims have no issue with Uniform Civil Code? Is that what you're saying?
Muslims don't have an issue. But here I'm trying to iterate a point that let us look at the draft. Where is the architecture of the draft? Because here we are opposing and supporting without a draft. And I think that is
which is what brings me to the point. What do you make of the Congress party saying the BJP is doing this to polarize the electorate ahead of 2024 elections?
See, Gaurav, there is a sense of alarm that it might be a new version of the Hindu Code bill, which was imposed on the Hindus without their opinion. And that is the fear, because it is very clear that Article 25 gives us gives any religious group the right to manage its own affairs. So yes, there would be questions on
zakat. So it's okay to impose laws on Hindus in India. It's okay to impose laws on Hindus in India, but it's not okay to impose gender-neutral laws for all Indian citizens if they are Muslims. Is that what you're saying, ma'am?
See, Gaurav, if UCC means adoption of children irrespective of the community, it is welcome. If UCC means divorce and equal rights to women, to everybody, it is welcome. If UCC means equal inheritance rights of women, it is welcome. However, the imposition of one religion or one religious personal laws on all communities, that is when, the question arises, that because we need to respect Article 25, which gives the religious
how is that imposition? Sanju Verma, Saira Shah Halim says, Hindu laws will be imposed on Muslims, if that is what I was able to understand clearly. Respond, Sanju Verma. Is that what your government intends to do?
Gaurav, the arguments that, a Hindu code will be imposed is so laughable. It's a tragic had it not been so funny. But anyway, let me come to the meat of the argument. Gaurav, one very interesting thing which I found out while doing research on Uniform Civil Code is that way back when Jawaharlal Nehru was the Prime Minister of India, and obviously a bona fide Congress member at that, the Special Marriage Act was introduced in 1952. And there are umpteen addresses by Nehru himself saying that the Special Marriage Act of 1952 is the first step towards having a uniform civil code, but somehow in the din of appeasement politics followed by various Congress leaders in decades succeeding 1952, the call for a uniform civil code was completely lost. I just want to say one thing. You know, what is the Muslim population in India? About 14.5% of India's population. Christians, about 2.3%. Sikhs, about 1.4%. Buddhists, about 0.74%. Parsis, about 0.3%. Hardcore Zoroastrians, about 0.1%. I have not seen Jains, Parsis, Buddhists, Christians, Sikhs, who are actually a minority, ever complaining about uniform civil code.
Okay.
And in the last couple of years, I've been on zillion debates. Muslims are the second biggest majority in India. They are not a minority any longer. And yet, the only people who seem to be having a whole lot of issue with the uniform civil code is the Muslim community. And Gaurav, 10 seconds.
Okay.
You know, I will also say that not all Muslims are against uniform civil code. The All India Muslim Personal Law Board, which only represents a handful of Sunni Muslims, these are the people who are against uniform civil code, whereas the All India Muslim Personal Law Board does not, either represent the Shia Muslims, it does not represent the Bora Muslims,